Today, we're busting the biggest myths about the food pantry. Is it a myth or is it true? Today, it's myth busting time. Hey everybody, welcome to the vlog. Today we're at the food pantry. Hope you enjoyed the little Mythbusters sequence. We're going to talk today about 5 myths that you may not know about our food pantry ministry here at Virginia Wingard UMC. Everybody. My name is Sarah Kate and I'm the Director of Christian Education here at Virginia Wingard Memorial United Methodist Church. In this video, I'm going to bust 5 myths about our food pantry ministry. So let's get started. Myth number 1. Myth number 1 is that only homeless people come to our food pantry ministry. And this just isn't true. Yes, we serve a large number of the homeless population, but we also serve families. We serve people who have just been recently laid off from their jobs as a result of COVID-19. Prior to the coronavirus, we were serving people who maybe had been laid off their jobs and were starting a transition into a new job. And in between that short time, they just needed a little bit of help to get by. We serve people all over the community in all different types of situations. We provide a lot of help to a lot of different families in need. Myth number 2. Myth number 2 about our food pantry ministry is that we only provide food. We provide prayers, we provide community assistance. We've helped people transition out of their jobs by giving them information about community living, giving them information about job opportunities. Especially through COVID-19, we've had people donate things like toilet paper, diapers, other products like that to help people out in the community. So we don't just provide food, and more than that, we also provide prayers. We have a lot of people who on our volunteers list who, when people come in and they see a need, they gather around the person and they pray for them. That's a huge part of the food pantry ministry here. Myth number 3. Whenever somebody calls into the office and asks about our food pantry ministry, we tell them that we serve zip codes 29210, 2901, and 2902. Whenever somebody comes in from a zip code that we don't serve, we still give them a bag of food. Not only do we give them a bag of food from that first visit, but we also provide them with a list of food pantries that are in their area. So next month they can go to that food pantry and continue to get the help that they need. Myth number 4. Our food pantry bags only serve as a snack for some of the families in need. As you can tell from the video, some of the things that I showed, these food pantry bags get pretty heavy. Each bag contains a plethora of food, and all this stuff can be compared to a large grocery bag that you might get when you go shopping. Also in each bag is a scripture. So each bag contains a scripture for the person receiving it. This one is John 15, 9 and 12. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Abide in my love. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. So that's another great thing that every single bag in our food pantry gets. Myth number 5. And this is one that I hear a lot. Myth number 5 is that you cannot work at the food pantry. That's just a myth, you guys. I hear this one a lot from a lot of different people. Some of our congregation members are a little bit older. Maybe they can't lift this 10-pound bag of groceries, but that doesn't mean that you can't work at the food pantry. We have all different volunteers that come through our food pantry. As I mentioned before, some of our volunteers are great at praying with our families. This is a fantastic way for you to volunteer. If you're not so comfortable talking to people or reaching out in that way, some of our volunteers only stand behind a desk and check people off as they come in. You don't have to lift up the bags just to work at the food pantry. It is great if you feel like, or if you know somebody who's willing to pack and stock these bags, or even to lift and carry them, because they are heavy. We do pack a lot of food in here, but if that's not your thing, you can volunteer in other ways. Our normal food pantry hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 1 to 3. But now, since the virus, we've shortened the week a little bit, and we've made it just Tuesday and Wednesday from 1 to 3. There are a lot of people for us to thank for all the ways that they help out with the Food Pantry Ministry. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Tom Cook and Neil Asman. They have been influential beyond belief in the direction of the Food Pantry Ministry. Right now, the steering committee for the Food Pantry Ministry, and a big shout out goes to Tom Cook, Neil Asman, Jim Browning, Jane Andrews, and Alan Richardson. We greatly appreciate all their efforts and all their help in planning and preparing and directing the food pantry. The current volunteers of the food pantry during this time are Jane Andrews, Darren Hill, Sandy Barrett, Michaeline Bell, Neil Asman, Ann Osborne, Gary Tinsley, and Jill Adderholt. Thank you to all the volunteers who are continually coming in throughout this crisis to help pack, prepare, and hand out food to the families in need. I also want to give a shout out to those volunteers who aren't able to come in right now. We have over 50 volunteers in this church congregation who come in during regular times and help out to hand out food. I know that we've missed all of those people and their presence and their help. But one day we'll get back to that, and hopefully we'll have even more people sign up to come in and help with our food pantry. Everybody who supports Harvest Hope is also a supporter of the Virginia Wingard Memorial Food Pantry, because we get our food directly from Harvest Hope. To St. Andrew's Baptist, St. Andrew's Lutheran, and Westminster Presbyterian Church, all those churches and congregations have been instrumental in sending funds and food to help support this ministry. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We want to send another big thanks to Old Timey Meat Market. Whenever we get a large amount of meat, Old Timey Meat Market for free has helped us to cut the meat in smaller sections so we can provide it to more families. We also want to give a shout out to Columbia Women's Club. Columbia Women's Club provided a large donation for us that helps sustain our food pantry. And we also want to give a shout out to Columbia Community Food, also giving us a large donation. Coming up this week that is really interesting, something we've never been a part of before, but we're really excited about, is a program called Feed the City program. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get some video of this Feed the City program and how it's helping our food pantry coming up this Tuesday. But I wanted to go ahead and let you know what this is all about. Basically what's happening is a lot of chefs and restaurants in our area are seeing the need that people have right now. So on Tuesday, this Tuesday, we are getting 60 prepared meals that we're going to be able to hand out to our families. I'm going to add a link in the description below so that you can check out the Feed the City program website and see all about the work that they're doing, all about the chefs and where they're coming from, and really see the need that they're meeting in this community. That about wraps up the myth busting for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. One last thing I want to mention that Neil asked me to point out is a lot of people have been coming by the food pantry asking for clothing items. I know a lot of you probably cleaned out your closets during the quarantine. So if you have any clothing items that you want to donate to the food pantry, bring those by during the food pantry hours, or you can talk to Gloria in the office and she'll be glad to set those aside somewhere for you. Thanks everybody. Thanks to the food pantry. Stay tuned for the next vlogs. Hey Gary. How's it going?
It's nose.
Okay.